Tell me a little bit about what brought you to do this work.
So I had some pretty unusual and connective experiences when I did a project for a year of intentional dating myself. And I went into it with my authentic relating skills and my NVC training, and I had never dated before that year that my coach Tressa sent me on. So I had been in long-term relationships my whole life, and she said, you know, your remedy to codependency is to have a year where you date, she said, 11 people over the course of a year, and really just speak your truth in every moment and see what happens, and learn about the fears, the connections, what's really there when you're just so real. And what happened there is the connections that I made in that space have blown my mind, and I want everyone to experience it. I want everyone to experience what it's like to be seen that deeply, to be known, to be able to share your truth so fully, and also to really start to understand what your truth is, because we don't even often get opportunity to even understand that about ourselves unless there's a reason. Yeah.
So do you feel like you're resonating with providing that reason for people, or supporting them in finding that reason for themselves?
Yes. Yeah. And just creating the space where connective, like deep, real connection can happen, then when the space is there, then it's sort of everything can unfold into that space. So yes, my goal is, I love it that people have found their partner in here. Like, that makes me so happy, and it has happened. But for me, it's really about tuning in and starting to understand what a healthy relationship is with ourselves, with other people, and including deep, raw, radical authenticity as part of it.
I'm sure you hear from a lot of people how painful dating is in this day and age. Can you talk a little bit about what you see as what's making it so challenging for people, and maybe share a little bit about how this space is some kind of antidote for that?
Yeah. I think a big thing that makes dating challenging for people is that they show up from the beginning with this whole backlog of shoulds. Right? I should be this, I should be more that. Okay, to get the person to like me, I have to do it this way. And it's this whole tape that, you know, has been programmed into us about our shoulds and how we're supposed to look and how we're supposed to act. And I think this space is an antidote because it really respects and also requires people to really show up as they are. And then when they experience that with someone else and they feel so felt, and someone's like, oh, me too, you know, they really get that sense of belonging and sense of feeling so seen, that is so not present in much of the dating world, which feels very transactional.
How did this evening that's happening once a month come to be? And then I'd love to hear a little bit about the online community and the vision you have for what you're doing here.
Yeah. So after I did my whole, year of learning about myself and learning how much transformation is possible in these even shorter connections, even 5-minute connections with someone when we're showing up so fully. Once I felt that, and it really changed me and changed the way I walked through the world. I mean, even being that real with myself and feeling my feelings so fully and learning how to do that in the dating space really helped me go through some really rough times when I lost people in my life and things happened that I would have never had the skills that I have, because I was able to learn how to be so present with myself and so real and raw and authentic and understand myself on a deeper level. And so I think this work is a platform for all sorts of healthy being in the world. And so once I experienced it, I was like, oh gosh, I have to create a space for other people. And I reached out to her, Tressa, my co-facilitator, and said, can we do this, for everyone? Can we find a way to make this what I found and the way this, what I kind of call alchemy of relating, can we make it available to more people? And so she said yes, and we started doing them online during the pandemic, and then we started doing them in person about a year ago. And everyone is so different. Each time is so different. And I make a plan, but then I tune in with what's happening in the moment. And that's part of, the emergent curriculum of what happens every time. And about half the people are people who have been before each time, and half the people are new. So that creates this really beautiful vibrancy. And then the online space is people from all over the world that kind of just want to explore, again, these relational aspects and showing up for themselves and bringing their authenticity. And we have people say a lot that when they come to the group and practice it there, they're able to take it out into the world. So they're able to go on dates and utilize these same skills that they have found in the group out in the world. So that's what I love from both groups, but we hear that a lot in the online community because we don't all get to see each other face to face, but there's still a really potent medicine that happens there.
Do you have a vision for this? Like what would you love for it to grow into?
Yeah, I've always said I want it to be kind of a grassroots movement of relational medicine, and connection medicine. And I would love for us to be doing this every month and have it be full of people, and the online one have a lot more people every month. And I also would love to help other people know how to do this. And so people all over the world can be hosting their own versions of this because it's changing lives. And I'm watching that happen over the past 2 years of how it's changing people's lives and how they're interacting with their family differently. They're interacting with their children differently, all from being in this space. And I want that for everyone. And I want that slow awareness to be part of the world. Yeah.
Tell me a little bit about what happened tonight for you. Like, how was it for you tonight?
Yeah, it was so wonderful. Hearing people say that the presence is reprogramming what they believe is possible, that's just like, I'm done. I can die happy. Like, that just means everything to me. That's what I'm doing, and that's what, yeah. So hearing people say that multiple times tonight and watching them just engage with each other and be courageous and be brave, and yeah, it was perfect, and everything unfolded as it was meant to.
It's hard opening. Yeah, it was great to look into other people's eyes and get a chance to express some of myself. It felt very nurturing and sweet to all those sides of me. Yeah, really glad I came.
What is it about this space that makes you feel comfortable enough to do that? And why do we struggle so much out there, quote unquote?
I really do believe a lot of that is the energy that Shane and Tressa bring to this. They both, they're very aware, emotionally aware, very sensitive to what people might be needing, feeling, whether it be light or sound or just the stories that go on in our heads. It's very well held, and it feels spiritually attuned as well. And that's hard to explain in fullness rather than just trusting like an intuitive sense that it's just a safe space. Yeah. And why is it hard?
Yeah, why do we struggle to feel safe out there?
I do believe that there's a lot of informal contracts we get into with people, whether it be business or, hey, I'm a friend of a friend, and that you feel like there's like already some preconceived expectation that's existing. But to come here and to not have any, contracts or any history, just to be like, hey, I'm looking at you as a human being, and we're going to slow down together. Like, that's a beautiful thing. Yeah, I really appreciate that.
What do you think the world needs to have more playfulness, to have more love, to have more connection?
I think things like this, where you don't feel so hurried. I've done online dating, and I've had, some good results and some not so good, but it's all hurried. It's just a constant situation. And I'm in the healthcare field, and the thing that I tell my patients is just slow it down, and I felt I wasn't doing that. And so what we need is to just kind of slow down and perceive the person, because then it's just about love, feeling love, being lovable, and then it just works better. Yeah.
Did something stand out tonight that kind of moved you or touched you or reminded you of something important?
To focus on myself, that it's easy for me to jump in on focusing on other people, and it gave me the opportunity to really focus inwardly in relation with others and to see what my needs are first. That stood out tonight. It was a treasure.
Did you have a favorite part of the evening? Anything that we did that?
It's all enriching. It was a lovely blend. So although some of the things did stand out in answering the questions, the favorite part is the whole thing. It's showing up for the whole thing. Yeah. I've been once before, and I was looking forward, knowing from the lovely intention that is set here. And well, that's my favorite part, is the people that show up with the intention that's set in the first place, the love and the care that is put into the event brings the type of people that I want to be around. So that's my favorite part.
If someone hadn't been to events like this before, is there anything you would say or recommend for them in terms of maybe getting involved, or what would you say to someone who's curious but hasn't tried it before?
I would say if you have the courage to come and be open yourself, you'll find an amazing space to approach relationships in a way I don't think you ever have. It breaks down all your preconceived notions of dating. It's really not even dating. It's human beings connecting.
And for anyone watching, curious, what do you want to say?
I want to say that there is a lot more available than what we've been told. A lot more available relationally, a lot more available inside of ourselves in terms of our connection and who we think we are and who we think we need to be, that there's a lot more available within authenticity and vulnerability and bringing that to others. And it can enact really deep change for people. And so I hope everyone comes to experience it. Thank you. So happy.
Lovely, lovely.